My dad has always suffered from the most awful frizzy hair, so if you fancy finding out about his life as a frizzy-haired man, please swipe up.
Hello everyone, hope you're all having a beautiful weekend. We finally got some nice weather here, got out for a little walk. Tough times, gotta get a good breath of air when you can get it. We're down here by the Hudson River. Looking out over here on a really, really nice day. Everybody there, please stay safe and sound. All our thoughts are with you. Take care.
Hi. It's about to rain in LA, so we got some gardening to do. Earthworm castings. Look at that shelling pea. Look how happy he is. We got some shard. We got some wormholes, or not wormholes, but snail holes, and kale, and then we have our favas, and our baby tomatoes. Broccoli felt left out. Looking very cute, you guys. I used that wine and cider to capture some fruit flies because I stupidly added some compost directly into the soil. I stuttered. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn the soil so that it gets all the stuff that looks dry and gets all the juicy stuff that's not dry to the top, and mix it so that the worms are happy and doing their jobs and overworking. See, that's the good stuff. That's like the natural black gold. The strawberries, baby strawberries. That will be a baby strawberry. It will close up and become a strawberry. How insane is that? It's also a good opportunity to find some of the bugs that aren't worms that are destroying things in your soil. I just threw out a guy with legs. I had no idea what he was, but he scared me, so I got rid of him. I should mention that everything I say on this video is shit that I've learned from research and kind of made up. Yeah, don't believe everything you hear. Or if I'm not saying anything right, don't hate me. We've got quite a cage here. We had little baby ground squirrels that destroyed my strawberries last year. So we had to add an extra level of chicken wire, which is why we have new strawberries this year instead of the old ones, because those are supposed to last 3 years. And we only got them for half of one. Ah! Ugh, not a pregnant spider, not a pregnant spider, not a pregnant spider. Oh, I just killed a spider in real time. And for all the Avenger fans out there, the shelling peas, strawberry shard, kale, baby broccolis, favas, and the garlic, they were planted in late February, and the tomatoes were planted the first week of March. I thought you guys would ask. If you guys are still wondering, I am still turning my soil. But it's looking rich. There are so many fucking scary spiders in my yard. Look at this one. The spider fear has been a real one since you were asking. Since I was very little, I saw arachnophobia. That's what happens when you're the youngest of 4 growing up. I don't mind if they do things like make webs in my lights. I wish I could just reason with them, and just kind of have a normal conversation and be like, these are my boundaries, and I hope you respect them, For those of you curious about irrigation, which I'm sure the majority of my followers are, there are options. I have a drip system. You can get really cheap ones online,
And if not, I think we have a lot of time to water daily these days. So you probably don't even need them. So my soil has been turned. I like using my hands, you guys. Apparently there's some sort of immune booster when you play with soil. So I'm doing all the playing I can get. But story about fertilizer, since they're for the plants, you only just need to kind of scratch them into the soil around the roots of each plant. So now that I got all my funny looking fertilizer, I'm just gonna scratch it into the soil around each plant and kind of bury it a bit. I found a snail. They are the devil to my leaves. And there he is. I'm gonna get him, you little bitch. I'm really excited to see like how my numbers go downwards of viewers as I continue to garden. When you look at like, oh, I got a flower in my head. Excuse me, flowers. When you look at my like statistics or something on Instagram to see like what type of people follow me and from where, and are they men or are they women? It's like dudes. Love to the dudes. I'm probably not even watching this anymore, so whatever, doesn't matter. But look how pretty those favas are, you guys. Those flowers are gonna close up and turn into fucking pods. Because Mother Nature is nuts. So I actually have special fertilizer for my tomatoes, and I didn't prep my soil with it when I planted them in March, which was stupid. And now I'm realizing that was stupid. But I'm going to try and make it up now to my tomatoes. I'm using this guy. Yeah. Now it's time to apply the worm casings and do a bit of trimming, and that's it. So I just want to say, wash your hands a lot. Don't go outside. Go outside. Don't leave your house if you don't need to. And be cautious of those around you when you do. And for the 3 of you that are still watching, I hope you enjoyed my gardening tutorial, my amateur gardening hour. Bye. It's okay, it's not gonna hurt you.
No, I know, I'm just trying to...
Oh my god. Going back.
This is something I did a couple of years back about my favorite character.
Hi everybody, Ming-Na Wen here. How are you? I've been home with my family, as I'm sure you have been. So the lovely people at Disney asked me if I could read you a story. And I thought, what a great idea. When my kids were younger, I used to love reading to them. So I thought this would be a really fun way for us to interact and hang out together during this downtime. Also, if you can see, I brought along some friends. If you don't know, I did the voice of Mulan, and this is little brother. He's such a rascal, isn't he? And of course, this is Lucky Cricky right here. We can all use some luck, right? And of course, we can't go anywhere without our Mushu. Hi, Mushu. So let us begin, okay? You guys ready? All right, let's go. Appropriately, Disney has asked me to read A Place from Mulan. Okay, here we go. Oh, it is written by Marie Chow and beautifully illustrated by Jasper Shaw. This is like a watercolor illustration. Okay. Mulan was a girl who never behaved the way people expected. She was a spirited girl, some might say too spirited. Sometimes she didn't fit in with what was expected at home. Here's Mulan's mom. And in this illustration, she has a little sister. Different from the animation. You'll notice the few different things. And Mulan didn't exactly fit in with the other girls in her village either. As you can see, it's raining and all the girls have umbrellas and Mulan is playing in the rain. She just doesn't fit in with the other girls in the village. She wasn't careful or quiet, she was rarely graceful, and she was almost never refined. Mulan didn't fit in with the chickens because, well, she wasn't a chicken. Mulan's mother found it difficult to explain why Mulan was the way she was. You see, there's Mulan's mom, and that's like an angry village woman. And Mulan looks kind of sad, doesn't she? Like she messed up again. Mulan, her mother would say, I need you to at least try to behave. I do try, Mulan said. Then please, try harder. Have you ever disappointed your parents? I know I have. It's okay. So when Mulan practiced calligraphy, she tried her very hardest. Mulan listened intently while her father explained the proper way to make brush strokes. Now let me explain. China, when they invented their language, they used characters for each word as opposed to the alphabet, right? And we would use a brush and ink and we would create these beautiful characters. Kind of like when you're learning to write your ABCs or when you're learning to do cursive. It's an art form. So Mulan is trying to learn to make her brushstrokes, but eventually she found herself staring at the sky. Father, have you ever noticed that our brushstrokes look like the neck of a crane, graceful and strong? Mulan's father smiled and then redirected Mulan to the task at hand. It's kind of like homeschooling, huh? I think it's what all the kids are doing right now. Paying attention was difficult. After a while, Mulan found new uses for her calligraphy brush, and her parents were not amused. Can you see that? She's making a mess. Mulan, there is a time and place for warriors, but now is not that time, and this is not that place, her father said. Later that day, Mulan visited the horses in the courtyard. Her favorite was Black Wind. She enjoyed taking care of him. And she especially loved to ride. There was nothing better than the feeling of the wind in her hair as Black Wind galloped through the lush countryside. Riding was Mulan's one comfort, but she wondered if the day would ever come when she'd find a place to belong. When Mulan returned home, it was time for weaving. She watched as her little sister did it effortlessly. "Shoo, you make your ancestors proud," her mother said. Mulan tried, but couldn't quite figure it out. Shu helped clean up. "You're fighting the materials instead of working with them." Mulan's sister untangled the fabric. "Take this piece," Shu said. "You're trying to make it something it doesn't want to be." I've been doing a lot of that lately, Mulan said, sighing. In the back of the room, their father cleared his throat. Xiu is very wise. He invited Mulan to go for a walk. As soon as they got outside, Mulan cried, "I tried so hard to be like everyone else." "I know," her father said, "but I don't belong. And the harder I try, the less I fit in," she said. Mulan's father pointed to a field full of yellow flowers. "Mulan, see how these flowers fit together. When they're in a field, it's difficult to tell them apart." A tear ran down Mulan's cheek. "I would give anything to be like them." "But what if you are not a yellow flower, Mulan?" He motioned to a nearby tree. "What if you are a magnolia blossom?" No matter how hard she tries, a magnolia will always be what she is. Beautiful, distinct, and different. You see what her dad's trying to tell her? Mulan's father continued, "You jump in puddles because you are adventuresome. You twirl your brushes because you see possibilities others don't. You ride horses because you are spirited and brave." Mulan's heart swelled. She felt her sadness melt away. She wasn't the same as everyone else, but Mulan had gifts of her own. Mulan knew her path would be different, and for the first time, different didn't feel so bad. The end. So the moral of the story is, be a magnolia blossom, be special, be beautiful, be you. I hope you all enjoyed this. I certainly had fun reading it to you. And please, stay safe, and I love you. Bye.
I thought I would show you my nighttime routine. This is clearly my nighttime voice. A dreamy bed of oat flower, lavender and lime flower. Okay, so first step, take off eye makeup. I really like Nivea waterproof makeup remover. Okay, next step, wet the face. This thing is a freaking dream come true. It is so good. Okay, so quite exciting. The first step is a solid cleansing oil, and then the cleansing cream side. 1, 2, you know? So this side is, it's almost like a balm. It's almost like a lip balm. And my issue with taking makeup off and cleansing is that it can just be so drying. This double step cleanser, oh, it's changed my life. Changed my whole life. Then we wash. Then you go in with the other side. Okay, that 2-step. Oh, it's a real game changer. I don't always do it if I haven't had makeup on during the day. God, I am just spitting at you. If I haven't had makeup on during the day, then I won't always do the double cleanse, but it is so good of an evening to just really get your skin clean. That is the secret to good skin. Oh, the brows are on fine form today. Pixie is just really changed the game for me skin-wise. I always concentrate under the eyes, don't get too close obviously, and then around here because that's where I tend to get kind of lines. Lines are mostly dryness. So if you can exfoliate really well and moisturise really well, you'll see that any wrinkles on your face drastically get better. You now leave this on for 2 minutes. This is usually when I brush my teeth, but you know, now I might just have a cup of tea soon as we're all together. Hopefully this will serve as some distraction. Say this has been 2 minutes. You wet your fingers a little bit and then you just massage in for 30 seconds. Then you wash it off. It is just so smooth and it feels like tight. Really so amazing. And it's just a great base, so then your skin can soak up all the good stuff that we're about to put on it next. It's 2 to 3 drops. Maybe just start with 1. Because it can make your skin a bit tingly. And leave that to soak in a little bit. Then the vitamin C plus collagen deep cream. I'd love my doctor to be called Dennis. You never meet a bad Dennis. I find a little goes a long way, especially after the serum. Okay, eye cream. I have used so many different eye creams. Now I've found one that I really love. Ding, 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 ding. Take your dab. I always use the other finger to not contaminate. And any leftover I usually put here. You know, waste not, want not. Last step, luscious lash oil. Oh, it's just your luscious lash oil. And you just put it on like mascara, obviously. It really makes them thick and healthy, but it doesn't make them long and spindly. Anyway, that's it. My 10,000 step night routine. Don't forget to brush your teeth.